Hi, Alex here from Rebeloper.com, and in this episode we are finally going to take a look at some HUD examples. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, here we are inside our HUD.Swift file, and we left off by adding all of these functions, static functions, for our HUDs examples. Now we are going to implement the HUD. So let's just scroll up here and let's first of all add our view, because we don't have a view just yet, as you can see in our HUD class, and we are going to need a view for our HUD to be presented on. So that view is the navigation views, navigation items, navigation controllers view. So that is what we are going to add to our run HUD function, and let us just type in here. And now next we are going, let us just import UIKit here. Okay, so we get rid of that alert, and next we go to our HUDs controller, and now let's add our missing argument here, and that is, so we don't want to add, let's fix this error. We want to unwrap it, so I will just quickly type here a guard let statement. So let's say view equals to, and I'll just simply copy out this else, let us return and do nothing. And now on view should be only the view that we have set, where we have extracted from our navigation controller. Okay, that is it. And of course we do want to use the navigation controllers view because we are inside a UI collection view controller. If you are just using this on a simple UI view controller, then you don't need to use this approach. However, I will just show you in just a minute how to do that. Okay, here we are in our view, and I will just expand on this indeterminateExample and again fix the parameters. Okay, on view. Now here let us create a HUD, and it will be a MB, and as you can see, MBProgressHUD, it cannot be shown in the completion handler because we still need to import MBProgressHUD inside our class. Now let's just scroll back down again and let's type in MBProgressHUD and add a dot and show added to view. Now if you are on a regular simple UI view controller, then you could just simply type in show, but as you can see here we have show added. Okay, to view, now that is on view that we have received from our navigation controller, and animated should be true. Okay, and that will show our HUD. Now let us create an indeterminate view. Now that is, it is spinning around at an indeterminate time. So let's type in HUD.mode, and this is what we are going to use. And as you can see, we have some special modes: annularDeterminate, customViewExample, and so on. For now we are going to take a look at indeterminate. Now once we run our indeterminate, we want to stop the HUD. Well, actually not stop, we want to hide it. But before we do that, we want to run some code, do something. And for that, we are going to create a new function down here, and I will just mark these functions as tasks because we will do a lot more of them. Let me just give you some space here so you may see. And I will just create a file private static function that will be named do something. Okay, and we will just simply sleep for 5 seconds. So sleep 5. Okay, and that is all we will do for 5 seconds. So this is well, a dummy way of showing you the progress. Okay, and of course we want to do this sleep on a background thread. So most of the time you want to fetch some photos or any other data or maybe upload on a background thread. So to do that, we want to get our, and now we want to add an async code here, and we will just simply go ahead and do something. Okay, now after we did that, well, waited for 5 seconds, we want to update, well, not update at this moment, but we want to hide our progress HUD. So to do that, we want to come back to the main thread so we may change the UI. So again, dispatch-queue.main.async. So this is where we will hide. So HUD dot and hide animated. We will use the after delete method in a later video. Okay, hide animated true, and that will be all. Now let us just test this out. So I just select iPhone 10 simulator and let us just run this code. Okay, here we are. Let's tap on indeterminate mode, and now for 5 seconds the HUD is displaying this default spinner. Okay, that's it for indeterminate mode. Let's take a look at the next one. Well, here we have our label example. Of course, MBProgressHUD is highly customizable, and the first to come in mind is our label on this HUD. So let us just simply copy this out and paste it in here, and I will just delete this indeterminate because by default it is set on determinate. Well, let's just delete this. Okay, and fix the on view error. So I'll just go ahead and type in here on view, and of course fix this error too. You will see me doing a lot of these fixes because we have added this view later on into our HUD.SwiftWise code. Okay, now how to add a label? Well, it is fairly simple, as simple as it can get. So HUD.label.text, and let's type in here loading. And now of course we will do something for 5 seconds and then we will hide the HUD. So let's build and run again and tap on the labelExample collection view cell. Okay, and here we have it with label and loading. Pretty straightforward. No, and of course after 5 seconds it has been hidden. Now next up is detailsLabelExample, and as you might have guessed, this is also quite simple to add. I just copy this out and paste it, and for now I will not remove the loading text. Instead I will just simply go ahead and fix this. Till then, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And now I will just simply add our detail label. And I will just add here a much longer text. Well, let's see. And I will add a new line here, and that will be with this /n. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, with details label. Let's tap on that, and here we have loading, processing 1 out of 1. Good stuff. As you can see, let me just tap on it again. The frame of our HUD has automatically arranged itself so it can fit the label and the details label. Let's move on to another type, because as you can see here we have one section and here we have another section with determinate mode. Okay, let's again create a HUD. I will just simply copy this out, and of course let's fix this on view. Basic boring stuff, but it needs to be done. Okay, now let's set the HUDs mode to determinate. Okay, and of course we will simply add do something here. Now let's add a HUD label, and it should be a loading one. Okay, now because this is a determinate example, we want to do something with a progress. So I will just create down here a new file private static function, and it is going to be named, and we will add in here our HUD because we want to hide the HUD after the progress is done. So in HUD, and it will be of type MBProgressHUD. Okay, now we can reference this up here, and we will just simply replace do something with progress in our HUD, and I will just add in our HUD. Okay, what else? Well, I was wrong about that. We are going to hide it on the main thread, but yeah, I mistakenly added it into the wrong section, wrong function. Do something in HUD with progress. Okay, once again, we are going to hide it on the main thread, and we need the HUD because we are going to set the progress of the HUD inside our do something with progress in our HUD example function. Now let's add something here in the do something with progress in HUD function. Well, first of all, we want to set the progress, so we want to set it to 0.0. Now, while we are incrementing the progress, we want to well, update the progress of our HUD. So while progress is less than 1, then we want to first of all increment the progress, while the float, the number of our progress, plus equals 0.1, and now we want to get the main thread, so we want to get the HUD, and we do that, well, let's change this to var. So let's get our main thread, dispatch queue dot main dot async, and now let's grab our HUD, and here we have a progress property, and we will add our progress property, the progress. Okay, and let's hit Command B and see how this works. Build has succeeded. Now let's see how all of this looks in action. Okay, let's see determinate mode, and I believe we have an issue here, and that is that we are moving the progress by 0.1 in a very quick pace, and that is why we want to sleep. And I will just type in here you sleep, and let's say 500,000. Okay, let's build and run again, and now we should see a much slower progress bar. Okay, and let's hit determinate mode, and here we have our determinate HUD. Good stuff. Now let us just move on and see what is our next one. Well, we have an annular determinate mode, and I will simply just copy and paste again This is just another mode that you can use, annular determinate, and let's fix the onView issues here. Okay, let's build and run and see how that looks. Well, it's an appearance difference. Annular determinate mode. Let me show you the determinate mode and the annular determinate mode just for comparison. Okay, now let's use the barDeterminate mode. It is fairly simple. Again, copy and paste everything. Let's fix the onView issues. Okay, and let's just scroll down, and instead of annular determinate, let's add in here barDeterminate horizontal bar. Okay, let's build and run and see how that looks. Okay, let's tap on barDeterminate mode, and let me just move the cursor out of the way. Here it is, loading. Good stuff. Okay, next up is our text example. And for that I will just, this is not something with a progress, and it is not something to do with, let's say, wait for 5 seconds. So let's just copy this out first of all and add it to our text example. Let's fix the onView issues again. And now the HUDs mode should be HUD.mode equals to .text. Now we can add a text. Now the text label HUD.label.text should be, well, let's say message. And finally we want to hide this message with a delay. So hide animated and after a delay, and I will animate it. And let's say after 3 seconds. Now let's see how that looks. Okay, let's tap on text only, and as you can see we have a message here. Now we can, and here is one example of a cool customization, we can add this message text at the bottom of our screen. To do that, and of course we can do that with all of the HUDs, all of the types of the HUDs, I will just simply type in offset, and this offset will be a CG point, and let's set 0.0 for the X value, and for the Y value we are going to use one constant provided by MBProgressHUD, and that is MBProgressMax offset. So this will move the HUD all the way down on our screen. Okay, let's build and run again. Okay, let's tap on text only, and as you can see here we have our message down below. Next up, and finally last but not least, but last in this episode, here we have our custom view example. And for that, let me just copy the previous one and change what is needed. So the mode should be custom view. Let's add that here, and the label text, well, let's type in here success. Now the offset, we will not use offset here. I want to present it in the middle of our screen, and let's add our label view here, the view, image view. Oh, let's fix the onView so we may get our completions. Okay, let's just scroll back up again. Type in HUD, and let's type in custom view, and the custom view is a UI image view with our image, and it should be a UI image. So now I will just provide a UI image, well, an image in our assets, and let me just find my image here, show in Finder, and I will just simply copy all 3 of these. Let's move them inside our assets catalog, and it is named checkmark. Okay, and you can download this from your when you download MBProgressHUD onto your computer. So let's type in here check mark. And now let us just build and run and see how that looks. And let's type custom view, and here we have it with a custom view success. Now let's see how that affects if we let's see how it is affected if we have a much longer label text. So success, celebrate now. Okay, let's build and run, and you will see that the HUD is automatically adjusted for the text size. So let's have custom view and success, celebrate now. Well, maybe you want to have a squared, so let's type that in. HUD dot is square, and let's set this to true. And this looks really nice with a short text with success, but now so you may see how this is squared is set up. Okay, custom view, success, let's celebrate. As you can see, it is a square. Now this is not advisable for this long text, of course, but now you know what is squared means. And finally, let's run this with the text label of success only. Custom view success. Good stuff. Now, that is it for this episode. In the next ones, we are going to take a look at the other examples. And if you did like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to our channel and visit our site rebeloper.com. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.